Hi friends, it's Chrissy from the Yoga Still, and I'm here today to flip through the planners slash journals that I used in 2020 and to show you what I'm going to be using for 2021. So for this year, I used only what I've done in the past, but I have adjusted how I use them. So both of my covers are from Foxy Fix. I've had both of these for several years. This is the Hobonichi Techo, which I'll be using again in 2021. And this is the Hobonichi Cousin, which I will also be using in 2021 in a very similar way that I've used them for the last few months of the year. So just like I'm assuming many of us throughout this year, I started out the year strong, and then the pandemic has happened and the vast majority of the middle of both of my planners are empty. But I've gotten into a rhythm since probably early November, so I will be carrying this rhythm on to 2021. So let's start with the little A6 Hobonichi Techo. So the way that I have gotten accustomed to using this over the last month or so is I use this little journal as a journal, not as a planner. So each day has its own page. There are 5 task list items at the top. There are times down the side. There's a very faint line here and then just empty space. There are also monthly pages here. So there's just monthlies and dailies. There are no weeklies in the smaller one. And the way that I use this is as my dream day journal. So I start each day writing the 5 Reiki precepts. So just for today, I will not be angry. I will not be afraid. I will do my work honestly. I will be kind, and I will be thankful. And then I spend about 10 minutes where I write out my absolute dream day. On the weekends, it's a little bit shorter because I do look at the dream day for what it would look like on a weekend. And this practice is just, it really centers me. It helps me think about my big picture goals and where I want to be eventually. And I've really fallen in love with this practice. And that is all I do in this little guy. And then we have my big chunky, my Hobonichi Techo. I've used this is probably my 4th year or so I think this is year 4 in a cousin. And I have a pretty solid routine here. So I start on the monthly page, I write my word of the year and then my mantra, and this fills up the monthly page. And again, I was doing pretty well. I maintained longer than I thought I did. And then once the summer hit, August wasn't bad either. I became a little less focused, as I think the truth of COVID and loneliness set in. But like I said, I've picked it back up since early December. That's how I use the monthly pages. And then the weekly pages I've been really hit or miss with these. Let's see if I can find a full week. I've used as my tarot card draw, or at this point in February, I was drawing oracle cards from the Yogic Path deck. But I realized that there's not much space if I write horizontally here. So when I do these pages, I turn the planner this way. So I have a longer writing space. I know it is the same amount of actual space, but I prefer writing it out long ways. And again, I've been really hit or miss with this, but I keep coming back and it feels good. I kind of view it as if I feel the need to draw, I draw, and if I don't, I don't. And then we have the daily pages. And again, the first of the year, I was on it. I did really well. I played with drawing some gnomes. I did really well. These are a mix of journaling and things like online courses that I take. This is just a mishmash of all kinds of notes. And then again, I did better. I did well longer than I thought. I'm kind of proud of myself flipping back through this, honestly. And then I get to how I'm currently using this book. And this is As My Dream Today. So where the small one was my dream, you know, my dream day at some point in the future, this is more like my ideal day. This is what today actually looks like. And this is really good for me to be able to be honest about how much time I have in the day. If I can't figure out where to fit laundry into my ideal day, my ideal today, then I know there's no need to put it on my list. So that's how I'm using this. And then the rest of the page are just space for notes or other things that come up. And lately I haven't had a lot, but I have space for additional journaling if I want to use it. So these two are coming back into 2021 with me. And I have the new cousin and the new original Techo. And I will be putting these in these covers. So now let's talk about what I'm actually going to use as a planner. This cover is from Stride Ridge. I got this on Etsy. And this is a Jibun Techo Days. And I just love this layout. So there are a bunch of opened pages in the middle. Or in the front, I have ideas of how I'm going to use this, but I'm not really sure yet. The monthly view is the month, and then a cute little habit tracker down here at the bottom. But I'm really excited about the way the daily pages take shape. Now there are 2 of these books for 2021. The first one is January through June, and then the second one is here in this package, and it's July through December. And what I love about this, I've actually been using it. I made a copy of this that I've been blowing up on copy paper to get myself used to using it. But what I love so much about this is there's task lists on the left column and hourly scheduled on the right. But even with that, I mean, it's tiny, and I absolutely love it. This has been working really well for me. I've been using my copied pages since the beginning of November, and it just works really, really well for me. The other thing I'm bringing in is a 5-year Techo cousin as a gratitude journal. I couldn't help but buy this cover, and I love these pages. I wish they were white. I do prefer white to the yellowy ivory, but that's okay. And I'm gonna use this as a gratitude journal. I'll write in each evening. I love that there's space for the 5 years here, but what I'm probably going to do, what I'm toying with, is carrying on for the next 5 years here. So this book will actually end up being a 10-year journal. That's my plan. So 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Oh my gosh, and 30. That's wild to think that I might still be using this book in 2030. Okay, wow, I just had a little moment there. And then the final thing that I'm going to be using, which is why I'm recording this today, is I decided to go ahead against maybe my better judgment and got the power sheets for this year. I don't know how many power sheets I have that I haven't touched past like March, but I'm giving it another go. Not just because it's pink, but there are big things that I want to do this year. I feel like I'm finally at a place where I'm starting to make progress on some of the big things that I want to do. So, yeah, power sheets. I'm not going to walk you through this because there are power sheet tutorials everywhere. I specifically like the one from Llama Loves Letters. But yeah, so power sheets, 5-year Techo as a gratitude journal, the cousin as a mantra, mantra card draw, dream today, the Hobonichis Techo original as my dream day to do the scripting in there, and then the Jibun Techo days for an actual planner. So when you put the covers on everything, this is my little stack and I love it. So if you're interested in more tips, tricks, how I journal and plan, feel free to leave a comment and I'll publish more of these. I hope you enjoy the rest of 2020 as much as we can, and I will see you back here soon.